Patience. I understand sports fans. It's a word that we all hate. We want to see our teams perform well every year, every game. We always want to see them make the playoffs every year. We want to see them win championships every year. We want to see them have great players every year. Patience the word patience is like a sin for sports fans. Similar to how you can't say certain curse words, certain how it's unethical for you to say the N-word. Well, in sports, you probably can't say patience. We probably got to call that the P word. You can't say the P word. Maybe that might become a thing in the 2020s or the 2030s. Don't say the P word. Say something else. Find an alternative. But when it comes to Chicago and NYCFC, and when I say Chicago, I'm talking about the Fire, we're going to have to exercise some P for a very long time. Now, NYCFC, it may not be as long as Chicago. You see, for the Chicago Fire, we all have to wait until 2026. Because 2026, the Chicago Bears, they will have a chance to break their lease at Soldier Field for $84 million. Now, they're continuing every day. It's like once a month. It's like once a month, the Bears publicly make a statement reminding us that they're still planning on going to Arlington Heights. It's like once a month they remind us, like they make a phone call to one of the local newspapers, like, hey, remind the public again that we're not staying in Chicago. Don't listen to Mayor Lightfoot. Don't listen to the local politicians. We are still planning on going to Arlington Heights. I don't know when this Arlington Heights stadium will be complete. It's possible that it can be complete in 2026, but that's if construction takes place this summer. If construction of the stadium takes place, if it starts this summer, it's a possibility that the Arlington Heights Stadium will be complete by 2026. But I don't know the Chicago Bears plans at this point. Right now, everything is just talk. Right now, everything is just negotiation. And then even coming 2026, if the Bears do leave now the Fire will have to bring their own team and create plans to redevelop Soldier Field, turn Soldier Field into a soccer-specific stadium. And that's going to take more years. That's going to take at least 3 to 4 years. So Chicago Fire, the new soccer-specific Soldier Field may not be ready until 2030 or 2032. So this is why I wrote in my blog that my criticism toward the Chicago Fire is not going to be harsh anymore. Now that I have better understanding of what they're going through, now I have better understanding of what's going on, I can tone the criticism down. They're also trying to secure land on the west side to build a new headquarters and training center. So even though the Fire has been around since the late 90s, and it seems as if they should have secured everything by now. They should have the headquarters and the training center and the soccer-specific stadium. They did have that in Bridgeport, but they want to be in the actual city of Chicago. And, that's difficult. It's difficult right now. Now for NYCFC, their stadium in Queens should be ready by 2027. And a lot of fans are disappointed that a lot of the players that were part of the championship team, a lot of them are gone. You know, this is something that you need to keep in mind, MLS fans. You have championship windows, and you got to know when that window closes. NYCFC's championship window closed once Tati Castellanos left. Yeah, they performed well against Miami in the playoffs. Then you saw what happened when they played Philly. And management, that's when management realized, like, okay, the championship window is done. It's time to move on from the 2021 championship team. It's time to completely move on from the 2021 championship team and just restart this cycle. And that's what good management do. Good management doesn't wait until all of your decent players start becoming injury prone and their play declines to the point where they have no more value for you to trade them. Oh no. Once you start seeing that first sign of their play decline and they still have value, that's when you let them go. And CFG, Abu Dhabi, they let go of those players at the right time because you got to catch it early. In order for you to still get value for those players that you're losing, you got to catch it early. Now, NYCFC, I believe that their championship cycle won't start again until that stadium in Queens is complete. I don't see them going after any major European star from now until the stadium is complete, because the stadium is privately funded. So I don't understand how sports business fully works, but from what I'm thinking, a lot of the money that will be used to attract star players, that money is going to be put into stadium cost. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. This is why I'm saying NYCFC's championship window will start again once that stadium in Queens is ready. I'm talking about as soon as that stadium is complete, as soon as that ribbon is cut for that new stadium, NYCFC's championship window starts again. The expectation rises once again. And that should be in 2027. That should be the 2027 season. So 4 more seasons for now. So within these 4 years, I see NYCFC heavily investing more money into the academy. Besides the stadium, money in the stadium, the money that they would spend on attracting high level transfer guys from Europe and South America, they're going to use that money to invest more in their academy to develop players. So when 2027 come around, they'll be back to that 2021 NYCFC MLS Cup champion team. That 2022 Campeones Cup champion team. As for Chicago, it's going to be a long while. Because even if the Bears leave Soldier Field in 2026, a soccer-specific stadium in Soldier Field, that's gonna take a while, because it's possible that they may demolish that whole stadium and rebuild a new one. That's probably gonna take 4 to 5 years. So a soccer-specific stadium in Soldier Field may not be ready until sometime between 2030 and 2032. And who knows if Mayor Lightfoot will still be the mayor of Chicago around that time. Don't they have a new election coming around? But I'm not going to get too much into the politics. But patience. The P word for NYCFC fans and Chicago fans. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but it's just a tough pill to swallow for these next couple of years. The good news for you NYCFC fans, your road of patience won't be as long as Chicago. Chicago Fire fans, just hang in there. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. And I can see the Fires being sellers for a very long time, at least for the rest of this decade. Because politics, power struggle, a lot of that's going on in Chicago right now when it comes to sports, politics, and business. But that's all I have to say about that. NYCFC fans, Chicago, patience is your virtue.